Good afternoon, good evening, or is it good morning? This is Roger Gilbert. I'm reporting for International Aquafeed Magazine, and I'm here in Australia. I'm at the WAS World Aquaculture Society meeting here in Darwin, and it's the end of the second day, and we've had some very interesting presentations and conference sessions. I'm in the exhibition area, and I'm pleased to say that I have Régis Bador, who is the Managing Director of Innov Aquaculture. That's Innov Aquaculture, and he chaired this afternoon a session on disease management, and I'm pleased to say I have him on the stand here to ask him about the outcome of his session. Régis, welcome.
Thank you.
And how was this afternoon? Could you explain a little bit about the session first?
Yes, it was a very unusual session. It was a debate, and the WAS decided to call it the Great Debate on disease management for fish and shrimp aquaculture. It comes from last year in 2022 WAS meeting in Singapore because of my mentor who unfortunately passed away mid-2022, and he was one of the most clever discovery man in aquaculture for 60 years of his career, and he discovered things that many people in aquaculture have no idea, and they are using it. And so I organized a session in Singapore as a tribute to what he has done, and to be disruptive, like he teach me a lot to be disruptive, to follow protocols, but also to be open-minded enough to sometimes be disruptive. So I proposed to the WS to, beside the session of just the usual talk, to make a debate, to organize a debate on, and I proposed a topic which was one of his preferred topics, disease management, which is a real situation for the whole world of aquaculture. Yeah. So we did it. It worked. It was very interesting in Singapore. And for 2023, I proposed the World Aquaculture Society Committee to organize a different meeting on a different topic, different debate on different topic. And they say, okay, I proposed artificial intelligence at the service of aquaculture. They say, okay, good idea. But disease management, it's a key topic, and you should do again a debate on disease management. So here I am.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And it was a 1.5 hour session. You had 4 on the panel, and we had quite a room full of people. Could you tell us, first of all, who was on the panel?
Yes, I had the privilege of being totally free to select and choose who I would invite on the stage. So I tried to be diverse, like what was recommended in the plenary session of diversity. That's the richness of aquaculture. So 2 male, 2 females, and people 2 in fish and 2 in shrimp. So quite balanced. So we had New Zealand Kate Hudson from Canwell. What's the name? Cawthorn Institute. I'm sorry about that. Melanie Sellers, the CEO of Genix from Australia. And then we had 2 people from Thailand. Roberto Cassione works for Virbac. And Prakam Chirakakom. He works from CP, okay. And these two men are veterinarians. So that was of course, makes sense to have them on board.
And what were some of the highlights that the presenters discussed?
They insisted, and I loved the way they insisted on to help in the prevention and in the early detection and the good reaction in case there is a mortality in a situation, whatever it's a fish or shrimp or prawn, is to inform, to be transparent, and to inform your neighbors, and it's not to be ashamed and sorry, just to avoid eventual and possible spread to many other neighbors in the aquaculture, but also to impact the environment. So inform as quick as possible. There is a situation, And we had a very good experience from Thailand, from India, thanks to the people on the panel saying that now they are used in these countries to have a red flag in case there's one pond with an issue, until they have the diagnostics conclusion. At least it's under control and under biosecurity measures to avoid or to reduce the impact, the possible spread of the reason of the disease.
Yeah. And we heard WhatsApp was quoted quite a few times.
Yes, and I'm not surprised, because I've seen also that in Ecuador, the more and more professionals, they like to share with their colleagues in WhatsApp in real time what's happening, the good and the bad things, and always with the idea of together sharing more information, they will be stronger and more efficient. So that's very good, and that makes the link with the second very important messages about education. I've heard several times in the debate the word education. We need to better educate all the people involved in the aquaculture, all the workers, not only a limited list of people. Everyone should be aware of what is biosecurity, what is abnormal situation, how to warn the people, and how to detect. And so this is a continuous process, and that was very cool that they insisted, and quite some people of the audience were quite interested, and that was a good reaction.
Yeah, and I heard that the speed of diagnostic or getting an answer as to what the disease or what the bacteria, etc., was fairly important in controlling an outbreak. But the audience did raise that also that maybe we were short on veterinarians in the field.
Yes, there are three things that were important at that moment when they said, first, when sending a sample to have a diagnostics, it's important to prepare the sample properly and know how to prepare it, and also document properly with data. You just send a sample with no explanation, you may have hard to have a good diagnostics. That was the first point. Now the tools are some private companies developed faster response, which is very important to get what is finally the conclusion. And indeed, in some places, and the aquaculture industry is not yet considered as mature enough for having, in many countries, an aquaculture veterinarian. Most of them are veterinarian, and they finally get involved, whether or not they decided in the aquaculture, but that were not necessarily their background. Yeah. It's a pity. Yeah. It has to be improved.
Yeah. And the other point that was raised that I saw was that maybe we should have education of sampling taken at WAS here when all these aquaculturists gather. Maybe we should be educating them and sampling taken.
Definitely. Education goes to good practice, but also in case there is a situation, what to do and how to sample. And as we raised, too many people still today, when there is a mortality of animals, they just send the dead animals to the veterinarian or to the diagnostic service and say, how do they die? And it's too late. A dead body, unfortunately, evolves too fast, and it's very hard by histology or other methods to detect what was the reason. Yeah. So, as they said, the experts, we need to fix the moribund animals, which is easy to say, not easy to do, but at least we need to educate more the people to react on time and, let's say, save the moribunds to fix fast and then send them to the experts.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fascinating hour and a half. The audience participated, which was brilliant, And the points that you've just refreshed us is vital for industry to understand in controlling disease outbreak and spread of disease, and also pathogen control, I guess, that is inherent in some of these fish farming species.
What was interesting is also some of the audience people raised that we must not only think that if there's a mortality, it's because of a disease. It can be another reason, not necessarily a disease itself, and we don't necessarily need to name it with, oh, this is Thai virus or this is a bacteria, whatever. It can be a mix of environmental bad influence, algae bloom or whatever. So we have to keep open-minded people and be reactive, definitely. And that was cool because, yes, the audience challenged the people, and so we had really a debate.
Yeah. Finally, what comes next? What might be planned at the next WAS meeting?
No, I don't know yet. I don't know. It's too early. The point was very interesting because the debate came after two talks, one yesterday and one today, just reminding us that the cost of the mortalities of diseases in aquaculture were between $6 and $7 billion a year. So that's unfortunately a very hot topic, and it will remain for some more time.
Régis, thank you very much for your insights, and good luck. Hopefully we can have a debate next time we meet as WAS.
Why not? Why not? Sure, with pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.